Welcome to Healing Through Christ After Divorce. I'm Danita. Today, I want to talk about forgiveness. There is a lot of misunderstanding about what forgiveness is and what it is not. And unfortunately, there are those who use the word forgiveness to judge those who have been hurt badly. And they use it in a way to condemn or justify their actions. I have seen this in my life, and I have seen this in the lives of others, where the words, "you need to forgive me," that can be very painful, especially in a situation where there is adultery or betrayal. That can be extremely hard to overcome and to heal from. So today, I hope that those who feel or have been treated in a way that forgiveness is a judgment toward you because somehow you're not forgiving the person, I hope to help you understand that forgiveness is a gift for you. It is a great blessing, and it is a beautiful way and process in which you can heal. Dr. Donald Hope said, "Genuine forgiveness is a process, not a product. It is hard work, and it takes time. It is a voluntary act that gives meaning to the wound, disengages the offended from the offender, and frees the injured person from the ills of bitterness and resentment." So there's a couple of things I want to point out there. Number one, it's a process. Number two, it takes time. Number three, it gives meaning to the wound. Number four, it disengages you from the offender. Number five, it frees you from bitterness and resentment, which we will talk about later, causes mental and physical damage to you. Dr. Elaine Walton said, "Forgiveness is a process through which the injured person gains peace, freedom, self-acceptance. It is a process through which wounds are healed. It is for the victim." Again, I want to point out some important facts about what forgiveness is. It is where you gain peace, freedom, and self-acceptance. It is through which wounds are healed, and it is for the victim. I want to share with you something that really helped me when I was trying to understand what forgiveness is. And rather than looking at it as, oh gosh, this is a judgment towards me, rather, this is a great blessing for me as I go through the process of forgiveness. Dr. Elaine Walton said that many people avoid forgiveness because they have incorrect beliefs or understanding of what forgiveness is. So today I want to share with you her points that she makes, the false beliefs, and then her correction and her view of the truth about each of these false beliefs. So we're going to replace the false belief with the truth. False belief number one: I can't forgive because I can't forget. Here's the truth. In spite of the common adage, forgiveness is not about forgetting. It is about remembering in a more meaningful way. Number two, some people don't deserve to be forgiven. Here's the truth. Forgiveness is something we do for ourselves, not for someone else. Whether or not the abuser is deserving is irrelevant. False belief number three: if I forgive, that means I have to trust the person. Here's the truth. Forgiving doesn't mean being naive. It means giving up the investment and staying angry. False belief number four: forgiving someone tells them they can go out and do it again. Here's the truth. That is not true. Forgiving frees the forgiver from replaying the hurtful scene over and over. False belief number 5. I need my anger to stay safe. If I forgive, I will be helpless and defenseless. Here's the truth. Although anger is an appropriate part of the grieving process, it is not an essential prerequisite for defense. Moreover, a person can forgive without forfeiting the right to use anger in self-defense. False belief number 6. I cannot forgive until I know the other person is really sorry and won't do it again. Here's the truth. Although it may seem unfair that the abused should have all the pain and the abuser have none, it is even more unfair that the abused should remain in a state of hurt and anger because of the behavior of the abuser. Forgiveness is a way in which the abused person is released from the power of the abuser. When you choose to stay in a state of anger and resentment, you are giving the abuser power over your happiness. I want to take a moment to help you to understand the consequences that come with choosing to stay in that state of anger and resentment. Because I believe that when the Savior says, forgive all men, He's doing it because He wants us to be happy. And He knows that forgiveness is the path to your own personal peace and happiness. And that is why He asks us lovingly to forgive others. Kathy McCoy said, hanging on to grudges and resentments from the long ago or recent past can add to relationships and mental health issues, contributing to ongoing depression and anxiety and complicating life in general. Perhaps resentment over a past conflict or betrayal has clouded your relationship with your spouse or others. Perhaps dwelling on how a friend, maybe someone you no longer see, once hurt you contributes to your current stress. Perhaps clinging to past pain and the ways others have disappointed you is keeping you from seeing and embracing new possibilities. I want you to really think about these statements and ask yourself, is this something I'm struggling with? And how can I move forward so I have more peace and happiness in my life and not allow these people to destroy that? Dr. Kathy McCoy went on to say, holding on to past pain can also be hazardous to your physical health. A number of studies have linked continuing resentment and grudges to high blood pressure, risk for heart disease, and cognitive decline. In short, bitterness is bad for your health. The key to recovery is forgiveness and letting go of anger and resentment. So now I want you to really think about what I have shared with you and consider the words of our prophet Russell M. Nelson and our Savior, and think about, why are they asking me to do this? Are they asking me to do this out of judgment towards me or out of love for me? Russell M. Nelson said, my call today is to end conflicts that are raging in your heart, your home, and your life. It can be painfully difficult to let go of anger that feels so justified. It can seem impossible to forgive those whose destructive actions have hurt the innocent. And yet, the Savior admonishes us to forgive all men. I hope this video brought peace to your heart. I hope it helped you to feel the love of your Savior for you and His concern for your health and for your heart and for your happiness. When the Savior gives us commandments and asks us to do things, it's not out of criticism. It's not out of judgment. It's out of love and concern. And He knows what is best for us. So you may wonder, what do I do? How do I move forward? How do I start the process of forgiveness? In Jacob 3:1, it states, "Look unto God with firmness of mind, and pray unto Him with exceeding faith, and He will console you in your afflictions, and He will plead your cause, and send down justice upon those who seek your destruction." Trust that God will be a just God, and that He will take action where action needs to be taken. You do not need to, nor are you responsible for making sure justice is done. We can trust that our Savior will do what needs to be done, and those people that have hurt us will be held accountable for their actions. So you can let that go, and you can focus on healing and finding peace and happiness in your life. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.